Hello everyone, I am Shahan Lai. Welcome back to my channel, and we are in the middle of 100 days 100 disease series where every day I will teach you one disease. And today our topic is cystic fibrosis. So let us discuss about cystic fibrosis. This is very important topic for your NEET PG USMLE PLAB examination, and it is several times asked in the MRCP examination. So let us learn about cystic fibrosis. First, we will learn about the definition of cystic fibrosis. Basically, it is an inherent condition and it is life-threatening disorder, and this affects the lungs and digestive system. Basically, what happens in cystic fibrosis, you produce thick mucus. The mucus is thickened, and the sweat and the digestive juices, all these are filled, the digestive tract, the respiratory tract are filled with thick mucus. So you have a lot of mucus which is thickened, and you have sweat and digestive juice which is also affected. So basically it causes the fluids to become thick and sticky. So always remember, basically the fluids which are there in the digestive system and also in the respiratory system, all these fluids become thick and sticky. It becomes sticky, it becomes thick, and because it becomes thickened, the mucus become thickened, it often plug up the tubes, the ducts, the passageways, everything becomes jam because of this. Now you can see this picture. In this picture it is shown that cystic fibrosis is a hereditary disorder, and it is characterized by congestion of the lungs. You can get congestion, and you can see it clearly here that the bronchial tubes, this has been congested with thick mucus, and because of this thick mucus, because of this congestion, you get repeated infection, and when it affects the digestive tract, like the pancreas, you get malabsorption of the nutrients. The nutrients cannot be absorbed in the digestive system also because of this disease. Now, why this disease is caused? Basically, it is due to a mutation in CFTR gene. This is the gene, CFTR. CFTR gene mutation causes cystic fibrosis. The CFTR gene provides the instruction. What is the function of CFTR gene? CFTR gene provides the instruction for making a channel that transports the negatively charged particles, especially the chloride ions, in and out of the cell. So if this is a cell, the chloride ions will go out, the chloride ions will come inside the cell with the help of a gene, with the instruction, from the instruction of a gene known as CFTR gene. CFTR gene is the cystic fibrosis gene that actually cause this. So CFTR gene mutation, if mutation occurs of this gene, then the instruction of the chloride to go out and inside the cell is disrupted, and that is why you get this disease. Now, this is another important point. To get the cystic fibrosis, you have to inherit the mutated copy of the gene from both of your parents, not a single parent. If you get the mutated copy of the gene from one of your parents, then you will not be affected. So you have to get the gene from both of your parents. 90% of those who are affected, at least they have F508 deletion mutation. F508 deletion mutation. Always remember this. So to get the cystic fibrosis, you have to inherit the mutated copy from both of your parents, not single parent, and 90% of those who are affected have at least one copy of F508 deletion. This is very important. F508 del mutation. F508 del mutation. This one is very important because it is asked so many times in MCQ. Next, the function of mucus. What is the function of mucus? Mucus is a slippery substance. Basically, it helps in the lubrication. It helps in protection. It helps in protecting the airways, the digestive tract, the reproductive tract. All these are protected. All these tracts are lubricated with the help of the mucus. And those people who have cystic fibrosis, their mucus become thick. Their mucus become sticky in nature. And because of the sticky nature, because of the thickened nature of the mucus, it clogs the airways, and you get many types of infection, repeated respiratory infection. Now, what is the function of chloride ion? Because chloride ion has a very important function in the cystic fibrosis. Let us learn about chloride ion. Chloride ion is a component of sodium chloride. I told you it is a common salt that is present in the sweat. So, when chloride ion, what is the main important function of chloride ion? The main important functions of chloride ion is the flow of the chloride ion helps to control the movement of water in the tissue. So if H2 or water wants to move from the cell to it wants to go out of the cell, or it wants to come inside the cell. If water wants to move, then it needs the help of chloride ion. So the flow of the chloride ions helps or controls the movement of water in the tissue, and this is very, very necessary. So which is necessary for the thin and freely flowing mucus. So you can understand chloride ion has a very important role in movement of the water in the tissues, and has a very important role. It is very much necessary for production of thin and freely flowing mucus. So if you want to create a thin mucus, free flowing mucus, you need the help of the chloride ion. Now, what happens in cystic fibrosis? In cystic fibrosis, because of the mutation in CFTR gene, basically the function of the chloride channels are disrupted. And because of this, you get very thickened mucus, and the passageways basically in the lungs, in the pancreas, all these organs are jammed of this thick mucus, and mucus clogs. This is known as mucus clog. So mucus clogs are formed in the airways, and this clogging procedure continues. The duct, it affects the ducts of the digestive tract also. Now, inheritance. Basically, this condition is autosomal recessive condition. So it is autosomal recessive. What does autosomal recessive means? Basically, it means that you need both copies of the gene from the parents so that you can get affected. So if you get one copy of the mutated gene, you do not get affected. Particularly, you need both of the copies because it is autosomal recessive. Both copies of the gene in each cell to have the mutation. Parents of the individual with autosomal recessive condition each carry one copy of the mutated gene. So one parent carry one mutated gene. So you have to take both mutated copy from the both parents. So that is why it is autosomal recessive condition. Very, very important. Autosomal recessive. Now, what are the other names? The other names of cystic fibrosis is cystic fibrosis of pancreas because it affects the pancreas. Another name is fibrocystic disease. Fibrocystic disease of the pancreas. The same thing. Fibrocystic disease means cystic fibrosis. Fibrocystic. The same name. Another name is mucoviscidosis. The same thing. Okay, all these are different names. Now look at this picture. Here you can see that cystic fibrosis has occurred and thick sticky mucus has clogged the airways. Can you see the clogging has occurred in the airways? And you can also see that this portion of the duct of the pancreas, they are also filled with the pancreatic duct, and the bile ducts, they are filled with this thick viscous mucus. And this is because of the mutation of the CFTR gene, which is located on chromosome number 7. Sometimes it is also asked CFTR gene chromosome number 7. CFTR gene, chromosome number 7. Next is, what are the symptoms? The symptoms of the cystic fibrosis patient have trouble in the bowel movements, because sometimes they have frequent bowel movements. They have greasy stools. So if you get the stool sample collected, you have a greasy nature of the stool. Wheezing, another thing is breathing problems. When you can get wheezing, and also they will present with frequent lung infection. So lung infection is also very frequent in these kinds of patients. Another thing is infertility, and this infertility is especially a main characteristics. It can be found in the main infertility. Another is trouble growing or gaining weight. That is also very important, trouble growing or gaining weight. And the last one is the skin test is very salty. So the salts are deposited and you get a salty skin. So what is the diagnosis? Basically, the early diagnosis is made in US and other countries, because early diagnosis will help in better prognosis and also better health. So basically 3 important tests are done. One is blood test, DNA test, and the sweat test. In blood test, what they check actually, they check for the IRT. What is IRT? IRT is immunoreactive trypsinogen. Immunoreactive trypsinogen, IRT, immunoreactive trypsinogen. Basically, the people who have cystic fibrosis has higher level of IRT. Another is DNA test. So this this is for looking the mutation of the CFTR gene. So for mutation, we have to check the mutation of the CFTR gene. So we have to do the DNA test. Next is the sweat test. Why sweat test is done? Because it measures the salt in your sweat. When you test when you measure the salt content of your sweat, it will be found that it is higher than the normal person, and this suggests that the patient is suffering from cystic fibrosis. So what is the treatment? The treatment is with the help of the antibiotic. Basically, this prevent the lung infection because your lung get congested with thick mucus. Next is anti-inflammatory medication, because inflammation sometimes occurs, so you have to give ibuprofen or corticosteroid. Next is bronchodilators are used for dilation of the airways. Other treatments can be mucus thinner, because you have a very thick mucus, so you need to give mucus thinner so that the mucus become thin. Another is CFTR modulators. What are CFTR modulators? CFTR modulators help the CFTR to work like it should be. So it helps the CFTR to work properly and make your lungs a better place. Next is combination therapy. What is combination therapy? This is generally a new therapy where you use this medication, elzacaftor or ivacaftor. Basically, caftors are used, CAFTOR, caftor. So elzacaftor or ivacaftor or tezacaftor. So all these are used. You can remember this. These 3 are actually used, and it is known as tricaftor. Tricaftor means 3 caftors. So what are the 3 caftors that are used together? elzacaftor, ivacaftor, and tezacaftor. So elzacaftor, ivacaftor, tezacaftor. Elixa, Eva, and Teza. These are the 3 that are combined, and it is known as tricafta. Tricafta is the combination therapy where we used the 3 caftors, and this is known as tricafta. And this combines the 3 CFTR modulators to target the CFTR proteins to work it efficiently. Now this is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, make a thumbs up and subscribe our channel for getting many more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.